Solomon is remembered as the wisest and wealthiest king in Israel's history, but there's a dark side to his story that few know about. Beyond his incredible intelligence and power, some accounts suggest he may have dabbled in the occult. Ancient stories claim that Solomon discovered forbidden spiritual secrets and even commanded supernatural entities to accomplish his great works. But are these just myths, or is there something real behind them? What would happen if someone tried to replicate his feats today? Solomon's knowledge wasn't just limited to politics and building a prosperous empire. Some mystical traditions claim he had mastery over the spiritual realm, able to control invisible beings and use their powers to achieve extraordinary goals. Some say he made pacts, commanded demons, and accessed knowledge that remains hidden in the shadows today. But did this knowledge bring him power, or did it ultimately lead to his downfall? What really happened in the final years of his life? In this video, we're diving deep into the mysteries of Solomon and his supposed connection to the occult. We'll explore biblical accounts, apocryphal texts, and esoteric traditions that claim he wielded supernatural abilities. Has this knowledge been lost, or is it still being used by secret societies today? Get ready. What you're about to learn might completely change the way you see this historical figure. Solomon was renowned for his unparalleled wisdom, a gift granted by God when he ascended to Israel's throne. According to the Bible, God appeared to him in a dream and offered to grant any request. Solomon chose wisdom to govern his people, justly, a decision that pleased God so much that he also gave him immense wealth, glory, and an era of unprecedented prosperity. His reign was marked by brilliant judgments, like the famous case of two women disputing the motherhood of a baby. But his wisdom extended far beyond legal matters. Solomon was also a brilliant strategist and diplomat, forming powerful alliances with neighboring kingdoms. His reign elevated Israel to a level of influence never seen before, turning Jerusalem into a respected political and commercial hub. With the wealth he amassed, he built monumental structures, including the legendary Temple of Solomon, considered one of the greatest architectural wonders of the time. His control over the economy and politics made him one of the most successful monarchs in history. His wealth was almost limitless, with records stating he received tons of gold annually. It is said that his throne was made of ivory and pure gold, and that silver was considered practically worthless in his kingdom due to its overwhelming abundance. Foreign trade and tributes fueled his immense fortune, making him more powerful than any king of his era. Even rulers from distant lands like the Queen of Sheba traveled far to test his wisdom and witness his greatness firsthand. However, the pursuit of absolute knowledge and power may have led Solomon down a dangerous path. The same man who started his reign under divine guidance seemed to drift over the years. His political alliances brought foreign wives who worshipped other gods, introducing questionable spiritual practices into Israel. Could his thirst for knowledge and control have pushed him into forbidden territories? This is where the accounts of his connection to dark forces begin. Over the years, Solomon didn't just accumulate wealth and power, he also gained knowledge of dark spiritual practices. The Bible states that he broke one of God's clearest commandments, not to marry foreign women, as they could lead him away from true faith. And that's exactly what happened. His many wives introduced the worship of pagan gods, and Solomon, influenced by them, began building temples for foreign deities like Moloch and Astarte. This was the first major sign of his spiritual downfall. Beyond idolatry, apocryphal texts and Jewish traditions suggest that Solomon went even further, acquiring occult knowledge to manipulate spiritual entities. Some legends claim he learned how to control demons and spirits, using his wisdom to force them into servitude. It is said that he created magical seals and a ring with divine inscriptions that granted him authority over these beings. This artifact, known as the Seal of Solomon, supposedly allowed him to command forces beyond human comprehension. This connection to the dark spiritual realm has fueled countless stories and theories. According to Kabbalistic writings and esoteric texts, Solomon may have used demons to help build the Temple of Jerusalem. Some say he uncovered forbidden secrets, using supernatural entities to move massive stone blocks and accomplish feats impossible for ordinary humans. But how much of this is real? Could it all just be a metaphor for his advanced engineering knowledge, or is there a deeper, more dangerous truth behind these legends? What is certain is that his quest for ultimate knowledge led him down a perilous path. If, in the beginning, his wisdom was a divine gift, by the end of his life, he seemed to be exploring spiritual territories that went against God's commands. The Bible states that because of these practices, God withdrew his protection, allowing Solomon's kingdom to decline. Did his involvement with the occult lead to his downfall? Had he underestimated the forces he was dealing with? And what lessons can we take from this often overlooked chapter in the life of one of history's greatest kings? Throughout history, many mystical traditions have linked Solomon to secret knowledge that surpassed human understanding. Some of these accounts suggest he mastered advanced alchemical techniques, capable of transmuting metals into gold or creating substances with extraordinary properties. This knowledge, they claim, was given to him through divine wisdom, and later deepened through his interactions with spiritual entities. To some occult scholars, Solomon wasn't just a wise king, he was a true sorcerer, a keeper of formulas, and secrets still hidden today. One of the most mysterious aspects of this knowledge was his supposed ability to manipulate matter and energy. Esoteric accounts suggest he discovered a way to use sound vibrations to cut stone with extreme precision, which could explain the architectural perfection of the Temple of Jerusalem. Other texts claim he had such advanced understanding that he could alter the composition of natural elements, creating objects of great power. Are these just metaphors for his unparalleled wisdom, or could there be a deeper, more hidden truth behind these legends? Solomon's alleged alchemy also ties into the concept of forbidden knowledge. According to certain Kabbalistic traditions, he may have uncovered formulas to extend life, enhance physical strength, and even access higher spiritual dimensions. It is believed that this knowledge was secretly passed down through the centuries, influencing groups like the Templars and various mystical orders of the Middle Ages. If this is true, where is this knowledge today? Could it still be in use by elites who control the world's power? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: Solomon sought to understand the mysteries of the universe in ways few dared to attempt. His thirst for ultimate knowledge became both his greatest blessing and his greatest curse. Did he truly unlock the secrets of alchemy and material manipulation? Or are these just echoes of a brilliant mind that in the end paid a heavy price for his curiosity? What lessons can we learn from his journey between wisdom and the dangers of forbidden knowledge? Solomon believed he could control spiritual entities and use them for his own benefit. But was that really a wise decision? History shows that dealing with occult forces is an incredibly dangerous game, as these entities possess intelligence and experience far beyond human comprehension. Many occultists throughout history have fallen into the illusion that they could dominate such beings, only to realize too late that they were the ones being manipulated. Solomon may have learned this lesson the hard way, when his connection with these spirits ultimately led to his downfall. The scriptures repeatedly warn about the dangers of seeking forbidden knowledge and engaging in occult practices. Deuteronomy 18:10-12 is a clear example, condemning witchcraft, necromancy, and the summoning of spirits. The issue is not only the risk of deception, but also the possibility of opening spiritual doors that cannot be easily closed. Once someone gets involved with these forces, they may claim some form of authority over that person's life. Was this what happened to Solomon? Did he lose control over the very powers he sought to command? Beyond spiritual dangers, there are also psychological and moral risks. Many modern occultists report that involvement with non-human entities can lead to paranoia, hallucinations, and a gradual breakdown of the mind. Solomon, initially described as the wisest man to ever live, ended his life in a state of spiritual decay and regret. Could this have been a direct consequence of his involvement with these forces? His relentless pursuit of understanding the universe may have been his greatest mistake. If there's one lesson to be learned from Solomon's story, it's that not all knowledge is meant to be pursued. Some mysteries of the universe are fascinating, but meddling with the occult can have irreversible consequences. Human curiosity constantly pushes us to explore the unknown, but how far is too far? Solomon may serve as a clear example that playing with the supernatural can cost far more than one is prepared to pay. Throughout history, there have been hints that certain occult knowledge has been preserved by select groups, directly influencing the course of civilization. Many secret societies, such as the Templars and Freemasonry, claim to have access to ancient wisdom from Solomon. His temple, beyond being a religious symbol, may have been a repository of knowledge capable of granting absolute power to those who understood it. But who truly inherited this knowledge? Could it still be shaping world events behind the scenes? The idea of hidden governments is a recurring theme in various conspiracy theories, suggesting that unseen forces work in the shadows to control the world. Solomon, in his quest for knowledge beyond human limits, may have set a precedent that leaders have followed for centuries. Many believe that certain elites have safeguarded this lost knowledge, using it to manipulate political and economic events. The control of the masses, the rise and fall of empires, and even the fate of entire nations could be secretly influenced by this hidden wisdom. One of the most intriguing aspects of this theory is the idea that true power does not lie in elected governments, but in those who control money, information, and natural resources. Solomon was a king, but his wealth and wisdom placed him above any ordinary ruler. What if this knowledge was passed down, allowing certain groups to dominate society without the majority ever realizing it? The real power may not rest in the hands of public figures, but rather with those pulling the strings from the shadows. If this theory holds any truth, the knowledge acquired by Solomon may still be alive, secretly shaping the destiny of humanity. Whether through ancient bloodlines, discrete societies, or even through occult practices still followed today, the influence of this forbidden wisdom may be far greater than we imagine. But the biggest question remains, is this knowledge being used for good or to maintain an invisible grip on society? And more importantly, who truly holds the power behind the governments we believe we elect? Throughout history, countless reports describe intense experiences of possession and encounters with supernatural forces. Witnesses have claimed to see people display impossible abilities, such as superhuman strength and extreme resilience. One of the most astonishing cases involves an elderly woman who, during a possession episode, effortlessly balanced on a narrow bench as if walking on solid ground. How can such agility be explained in such a frail body? Beyond unnatural strength, there are cases where possessed individuals speak unknown languages, reveal hidden secrets, and even defy natural laws. During exorcism rituals, many claim to have witnessed drastic changes in victims' behavior and voices, as if another entity had taken control. Some accounts even describe people being thrown across rooms or resisting the combined strength of multiple individuals trying to restrain them. Are these events proof of occult forces still beyond human understanding? Supernatural encounters don't only happen in extreme possession cases. Many people report sensing eerie presences, hearing whispers in moments of emotional vulnerability, or experiencing disturbingly vivid dreams. Some believe that opening certain spiritual doors, whether through occult practices or negative emotions like hatred and envy, can create vulnerabilities to supernatural influences. This suggests that the spiritual world operates under its own set of rules, ones that remain largely unknown to humanity. The boundary between the physical and spiritual world may be thinner than we think. Throughout history, kings, leaders, and occultists have tried to connect with these forces in pursuit of power and knowledge. But what truly happens when we attempt to manipulate something beyond our comprehension? Solomon may have been one of the first to explore this on a grand scale, and modern reports suggest that such contact has never ceased. The danger is real, and meddling with the unknown can have unpredictable consequences. The story of Solomon teaches us that wisdom and power can be either blessings or curses, depending on how they are used. His divine knowledge made him the richest and most influential man of his time, but his quest for hidden secrets led him down a dangerous path. His story serves as a warning for those who believe they can control forces beyond human understanding. When we try to dominate the unknown, we often become its prisoners instead. The numerous accounts of possession and supernatural encounters suggest that the spiritual realm is more active than we might imagine. Whether in ancient texts or modern testimonies, there is evidence that unseen forces continue to influence the world. Out of curiosity, ambition, or an unquenchable thirst for power, humanity has always sought access to forbidden knowledge. But are we truly prepared to deal with the consequences? Solomon's legacy suggests that playing with the occult may come at a cost too high to bear. What do you think of this story? Was Solomon a visionary, or a man who lost himself in his pursuit of power? Do you believe people today are still trying to access this hidden knowledge? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more content on history's mysteries and hidden secrets. See you in the next video.